Morning guys, we are here for a new day. Let me put my phone. It's pretty early in the morning, I'm just waking up. I had a bit of a late one last night. Just going through some mental stuff, to be honest. Nothing bad, just diving deep into some stuff that I want to keep to myself. Today's proverb, I love this. I love Proverb 16. I highly encourage you to read this whole chapter. I love this one. Better a patient person than a warrior, one with self-control than one who takes a city. That's huge, that's deep too. So I'm really trying to work on that today. Obviously, blown the account yesterday. As we can see, we've only got our 2.5 account running at the minute. I'll just refresh this. Yeah, so the one account. Thank God we still did have that winning day, so we're $300 away from potentially another withdrawal. I'm trying to not really focus on that at the moment. Let's just execute properly, right? We are in Asian sessions, so we've just got to be a bit mindful. We're approaching the value area lows for the session right here. We're at the low of it once again, so I'm actually going to look for a long right here. We've got one account now, so we'll just start with one. Good reaction right off the bat. You always love to see it as soon as you're in a position and you're in our stop loss resting just below this low. And I think this is something that I need to start doing as well, is like just putting my stops in place. I think even yesterday I didn't have stop losses, so the losses got too big, and by the time they get big very quickly, I'm just hoping that they come back. I'm like, oh please, it's too much, and that's when hope starts coming in, and you can't have that when you're making financial decisions. It's just got to be logical, and so having a stop is a logical decision. If price gets to here, I'm wrong. That's okay. Accept that and move forward. So that's where I'm at now. Just want to see, I need to get rid of this 30 second. I don't know how to get that out of my view, but it has not been helping me at all. So 30 second needs to go. Let me just make this chart a little bit bigger. Looks like we're about to get stopped out here. And so this is like the first test, right? Using one micro, we're wrong. More than likely the momentum is actually to the downside today. We'll wait until we get stopped out, if we do get stopped out. But this is just what I'm trying to do at the moment now. So looking at the 4 hour, we can see we have dipped, respected this BISI, popped up into here. I do think we have more room to the upside before we want to spill lower. Looking at ES, looks like we're in a pretty similar spot. There is a 5-minute BISI resting right in here. So we could be pushing for this level in here. If I get stopped out, I give one more attempt going in the same direction. If I get stopped out twice trying to go for long, I know the momentum is likely going to the downside and risking smaller amounts. As I'm more certain, I'm going to be increasing the position sizing, but also keeping it very manageable. I don't want to be going up to 7 straight away or 10. It's risk management. That's what I need to work on at the moment. So let's see how we go. I just got stopped out here. We are at the 5-minute BISI spot as well for ES. Gonna jump straight in for a long here with 2 pushing down into this region. Looks like we're closing pretty significantly below new day opening gap. We've got the previous day point of control resting here now as well. I just like that we're near the value area lows for the current session. Another big spill to the downside at 10.10. Yeah, as always, 10 reversal coming into effect here, spill to the downside. Then we had a bounce back up. So then my target is going to be this daily CB that we got resting in here. We tried to push up into it yesterday, but it does look like we might be spilling way to the downside here. Just going to be watching the M3 for now. So we're down a little bit on the day, which is okay. I like watching the M2 on TradingView. If this doesn't work out, we're going to be looking to go pretty heavy to the downside. I think we're going to have a pretty big spillover. So wait to see if we can get to about 40 for the day. If we're getting below this low, should be where we're getting stopped out. Let's make these logical decisions. We'll put it just slightly under in case we want to look for liquidity. The area lines here. Just shift to a higher time frame. Let's see M15. We're sitting at an M15 BISI right now. But basically, if we rip through this, we have a long way to go to the downside. We'd be interested in going pretty heavy on the slice to the downside. So this is more than likely confirming that. Push again to the downside here. Probably going to look to get out the way here. I'm going to go with 3. I think 3 is the max that I ever want to go in at one time, because we've had pretty much 2 losing trades trying out long. We're going to go for a short now. What we want to see is a closure below this last BISI here to give us confirmation we're still going to keep pushing. So yeah, we're starting to see this now, pushing lower and lower. We're below previous day point of control now, especially on M5. M5 is the chart that you really want to use. We're below new day opening gap as well. using US 100 for my values, it's a lot more accurate to what's happening on the day. Down now 0.05%. So still pushing lower here, which is good to see. I think this is going to be our play for today. And then we've obviously got 10 a.m. open. I think that's going to give us a nice continuation spill to the downside. Click back to our M3 chart. Nice reaction there to M1. Pushing up into N dog and then rejecting away here. Just trying to see if we can get down to 30. We're going to add in another 3 micros here. We're adding our 3 here, right at the top of N dog, the bottom of N dog in here, coinciding with the civvy. Close to the previous day, pending control once again as well. Wouldn't want to see price getting too much further above from here. Nice reaction. Alright, so we've got our full 7 micros in here. Looking like we are potentially pushing back up. Okay, even though we're pushing up slightly, I just think with the momentum that is still being pushed into the downside, unless we obviously see like a lot of buyers stepping in. If we see that, I'm getting ready to get out. Previous day point of control being tapped again. Let's see if we respect the top of N dog on an M3 here. If we do, I think we are set for lower price.
Your portfolio.
Stay off the trading view. This has been a good strategy for me, just using the trading view for monitoring the trade once a minute, just to get the financial distress out of it. Now we did change the max loss limit a little bit just to keep us in early for the time being, just because I have a bit of conviction in the short now. Maybe a little bit silly on that front, but just being transparent with you guys. Hoping for 10 a.m. that spills to the downside as well now. So we'll just wait and see if we get this closure, which we do. It's looking pretty positive for bearish pricing today. Beautiful. Still pushing lower and lower now. This is really good to see. If we're in profit, we might actually look to add 1 mini in here, anticipating that spill off, and we should be done pretty quick post 10 a.m. Just considering closures now, this is turning pretty high probability as long as we can keep spilling to the downside. Just want to see us get into the green. If we can get into the green, we're going to look to see if we can add this 1 micro just to send us down lower. Here we are, pushing lower and lower, just making sure we have that momentum on our side. There we go, in the green. Adding in our 1 mini here, and put our stop loss here as well. So where are we? 3-2, that's about 10, so that's 200 right there. Let's shift to at least. Looking for the spill lower now, liking what we're seeing on these charts. Tapped up previous day point of control, respecting N dog as well now. I do think we're going to spill a lot lower based on all of this today. It's just depending on where we want to end up really. Hourly did open up, take this high. There's not really too much indicating where we could stop here, so we really could be pushing to all of these levels down in here. We'll just wait and see. And some decent profit now. Ideally, if we can try and close this up just before 10, that's what we'd be looking for. And I'm going a little bit more risk than usual because I'm feeling super high probability with what we're seeing on the charts here. So very much a risk on situation. Doesn't mean that it can't backfire on me and take us out, but just using volume profiles and time in the morning based on what we're seeing, looking pretty risk on for me at the moment. If we get below all of these lows, I think that's where we should be all good, all clear if we can get down to about here. Alright, a little push up to a minute to go here. There we are on the M3. Hoping for this last minute we get a nice push to the downside here, taking out these lows. That's really all I want to see. Like my target is pretty much just these lows. The trade is not looking too good right now. Bit of a fake out it seems. Pushing to the upside now. It's a bit frustrating to be honest. Yep, that stopped out. Didn't read TP. Bit of a loss. I think we just wait till 10 and see what the momentum is going to do here. But yeah, it looks like we're pushing all the way back down. That's super annoying, man. No closure above. Looks like liquidity was just wicked here. I think we just wait for 10 to be honest. Heading back, it looks like we're approaching 10 a.m. now, expecting this spill to the downside here. Here we go. Don't really want to be going beyond 750, so if we're starting to push up too high for that, we'll take ourselves out, and I might have to flip eyes to the long side. 5 seconds to 10 a.m. Bit of indecision right off the open. Looks like we're pushing long potentially here. Stopped out on the MNQ. First minute's usually pretty telling. Looks like might be pushing up again, 750, yeah, around. Massive push to the upside here. Point of control should be our target. Let's try to take this to the upside. Gonna be working with point of control. I don't know how we got so negative here. Wow, let's see here, man. It's a crazy closure, right? This is nuts. I'm gonna record this whole thing. Still Respecting previous day point of control, yeah, alright. Pushing to the downside here, alright. Here's our momentum. There is no way, man. Oh my days. Alright. I think just the fact that we cannot get this closure above this previous day point of control, this is driving me. You should have this spill to the downside. I'm doing everything that I said I wasn't going to do yesterday, man. I don't know how we divulged to this, bro. We weren't supposed to go to the 30-second. We weren't supposed to be trading minis. We literally just said all of this on cam. I think yesterday's session is still sitting with me a bit. Just want the payout. I guess is a really not good trading, man. Really not good trading. Oh my days, man. Risk management is everything. What we're doing right now is not bad. If we had one micro on all the positions that we've taken today, it's not going to be a big deal. But shifting to 2 minis, 1 minis, there's so much position on, so much risk exposed. I think I just got too cocky, honestly, with that. Yeah, we're in profit, let's add a mini. Absolutely wrecked me from that point on. Anyway, high stakes trading right now. What we've seen on M15 is we got this closure. Point of control has shifted down as well. We closed below this 15-minute BC, which we were holding. We've tapped up into the point of control level right here, which coincides with this 3-minute CV. I've added into the positions. We've got a lot of size on the table here. Expecting this, which we are seeing. So I'm going to adjust stops as we are moving down. I'm going to shift back out to an M3. Again, this low, we want to be a major target, but ideally see if we can fill this full gap down in here. Would expect a bit of a trending momentum just because we've spilled quite heavy off the open. No real levels that we're contesting in here. Actually, I lied, there is an M5 resting right here. Point of control right here though, basically respecting this last 3-minute BC in here, which coincides with that 5-minute level. But I think based on the reaction that we've just seen, decent volume on the M2 here, but we have just closed under the point of control now as well. Respecting this BC. We disrespected the 15-minute BC though, which obviously on a higher time frame is going to have a little bit more weight. So we'd be expecting at least these lows to be ran here, at least, but ideally looking for a little bit more to the downside here. Slowly approaching this profit level in here. Just going to mark these lows to see what we do if we can get down here. Pushing to these lows, we're going to adjust stops to this high right here. Switching the M1 now. See where we close. I wouldn't want buyers to buy this all the way back up here. Nice push down again here. Just looking for a continuation now. We've got the momentum on our side, so hopefully sellers are going to continue shorting this. Shift to our lower time frames. Some fair value gaps and stuff in here as well, but I don't really want to be risking this. See where this M2 wants to close. See what's up, but not great on the end. We're going to leave our stops here. Ideally, we want to see sellers getting revolved around here, but if there's not enough momentum, we'll take the profit. Really nice reaction right there. It's great to see. Pushing back down here, approaching these lows. This would be the target, but we should hit TP if we can get down there. We'll be sitting at about 500 if we do get to this point. Shift back to the M3. There's those lows tapped. Probably look to take one off. Just see if we still want to keep supplying. I think I missed it. Hesitated on that way too much. Way too much hesitation right there. See if this downward is still going to be strong enough. Well, we've wicked these lows now, so still battling. 750, 690. Sellers still want to be holding control here, so let's see if we made the right decision, just holding on. Probably should have taken one, to be honest, as soon as we got here. I'll get ready to do this again though, actually. Let's not miss this time. So if we come down to here and then we bounce back off again, we're going to look to take one off. It's annoying how slow this chart up. I'm watching the numbers here to indicate where we are. Okay, pushing down again. Still around the 800 mark. Hanging the position up around the 9s. Now we've got to watch. We'll see if we bounce back up to 7, then we'll take one off. But hopefully we just spill through this now. Wait for the closure. Pushing down to 1,000 again. If we get up to 800, we'll take one off. Adjust this stop. See if we can still push down through here. Approaching these lows once again on M2. Seeing what we're near closing. M5. See if this last minute we can get a closure down into these regions. I think on an M5 we're clear to go even lower all the way down to these lows. So it would just depend on how we close here. If we can get some downward pressure again. This is looking good. M3. New candle. Pushed up. Yeah, so we've got all the way down to here. I'd say, and then even on an M5 we're taking out this low. Still pockets resting in here. So now we'll just stay short. See what the market wants to do. Wait for this closure on the M5. A bit of a reaction push to the upside here, very close to our stop loss. It is what it is if you get stopped out here. Glad we were able to minimize the deficit quite significantly. Just looking where point of control is, my stops realistically should be just above here. Just trying to see where we're approaching. I think there's a lot of noise going on right now, to be honest. Decent push up here though, that's the only thing that I'm noting. Point of control right here, stops should be at like 941. There's 941. Posting right here. I think we're going to be giving a bit too much back if that's the case. Point of control, where do we say that was at? 935, so pretty much just above our entry. I think we'll just take ourselves out here. If we are going to be running for that, and look to see if we can get a better entry at point of control back to the downside. I don't think we are reversing anytime soon here. I think it's just an opportunity for more sellers to get involved, which is why I want my stops above the point of control, but it is what it is. Still pushing down, see if we can hit 6 here. There we go. I'm looking at these numbers now for an indication as to whether the trade's going to keep working in our favor or not. Might look to take ourselves out based on that reaction. Crazy amount of volume just spiked up in there. That's the only thing I'm worried about here. We'll just wait and see. We'll let the stop loss do its job to take us out. That's where price wants to go. Okay, I've missed it. I generally just saw the market pushing down. I had the recording on pause, but there's a push down. Please thank God. Honestly, I feel if this doesn't give you any indication that God is real, this is when I pray, I notice things like this happen. When I don't pray, I'm just getting blown out, losing accounts. It's pretty bad trading for me at the moment. I've just had a lot of pressure financially, which is forcing me to size up way too heavy. I just want to get clear of the day and have that peace of mind that money is coming in. Being completely transparent with you guys now. It's really not a good way to be trading. Obviously, as we all know, can lead to blown accounts. Like yesterday, the idea was right from the, if we just kept that 7 micro position, had our stops just somewhere up above here, we probably still would have made it without all the drawdown and fluctuations. I don't even know, man. It's been 3 days now out of probably the past 2 weeks where I've been like, I haven't traded well and I need to do something about it. It starts well and then it just divulges into madness. I think part of that is sleep, to be honest. Again, being transparent with you guys. I went to bed at I think 2:30 last night or 3 a.m. Just again, as I was saying at the start of the video, like doing some research and some pretty important stuff, but still I've got to recognize if I don't give myself that sleep, I'm going to be doing dumb stuff like this, and I have limited self-control. It almost was automatic, just again, add macros, add minis. Whereas I've noticed when I have a good night's sleep, I'm not tilted, even if I take that loss for the day, as long as I trade properly and I trade small macros. But I had silver lining, another payout. This is payout number 3 for this account. Aiming for one more payout before we can start transitioning alive. I think they look at like position sizing and risk management as well before they give you that opportunity. More than likely, if they're seeing the way I've been trading this account, they're probably going to be like, oh, you can stay on the demo account. But yeah, blessed with another payout. There's a massive sigh of relief for me, honestly, financially, so that's huge. But all glory to God once again. Thank you guys for joining in, and we'll see you on the next episode.